Guys, welcome back to Queen G's Recipes, and today I'm going to be showing you how to make twice baked potatoes. So what we're going to be needing is, first of all, your potatoes. I'm using russet potatoes. And here I have 8 potatoes, which I have previously baked at 350 degrees Fahrenheit for 1 hour. And now they're just there cooling off. And next we have about half a cup of scallions. It's about 2 scallion stalks that I chopped up. And here we have half a teaspoon of salt, half a teaspoon of black pepper, and half a teaspoon of dried parsley flakes. Here we have about 2 to 2.5 cups of shredded cheddar cheese. And here we have half a cup of sour cream and 2 tablespoons of ranch dressing. You can use any dressing of your choice, or you can actually omit that and use 2 more tablespoons of sour cream. So here what we have in our pot, which will be warming up just to a simmer, is half a cup of butter and 1 cup of milk. So that's what we'll be doing next. We'll be putting it on our stove on low to medium heat, keeping an eye on it until it simmers. Okay, so while our milk and butter is coming to a simmer, we're going to unwrap our potatoes and we're going to cut them in half and scoop out the potato flesh into a bowl. So just take your knife. Ooh, sorry. And then you're going to scoop out the flesh, but you're going to leave a little bit around so that your peel doesn't start tearing. Okay, so this is roughly as much as you want to take out, and leave your potato like that. Set it on a baking sheet on the side, and then I'm just going to continue on taking out the flesh of my potatoes, and then we'll move on to the next step. Hey guys, so while I'm removing the inner flesh of my potatoes, I just wanted to let you guys know that I already bought my potatoes already wrapped and previously washed. But if you just use potatoes that you're purchasing in a bag, just make sure you wash them very well and dry them very well before you wrap them and place them in your oven to be baked. Okay, so as you can see, my butter is nicely melted and the milk and butter mixture has come to a little simmer with the little bubbles around. So now it's time to shut this off and let it cool for about 5 minutes. Okay, so now that we have decored all of our potatoes, we're just gonna mash it. Make sure they're nicely all mashed together before we add our ingredients. Okay, so into our mashed potatoes, I'm gonna place half of my butter and milk mixture. Now, if you find that it's a little too soft for your liking when you're making your potatoes, you can add less of the mixture, but I do suggest that you add it in half at a time until you get the consistency you like. But this is the consistency that I like, so I'm just showing you how I make mine. Now I'm going to pour in the rest of my milk mixture. Give that another mix. Gently and carefully because it's still really hot. into our bowl now, we're gonna add in about half of our cheese mixture. And we're gonna leave some for garnishing. We're also gonna add in our spices. Now feel free to add more or less salt, it's totally up to you. Okay, so now we'll add in our sour cream and our ranch sauce. And then lastly, our scallions. Give that a nice mix, and then we're ready for the next step, which is filling our potato skins. Okay, so now we're ready to fill our potatoes with our mashed mixture. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna take about 2 to 3 tablespoons and fill it up nicely. Now make sure that you have your oven preheated to 375 degrees Fahrenheit. And then you'll sprinkle some cheese on the top. And then I'll show you one more. Some more cheese. And then I'm going to continue filling my potatoes, and then we'll move on to the next step, which is baking them. So our potatoes are ready to be baked for the second time. Make sure you have your oven preheated already, as I mentioned, at 375 degrees Fahrenheit. Now we'll be baking these for 15 to 20 minutes until our cheese is nicely melted and bubbly, and I'll show you what they look like once we're done. Okay guys, so my baked potatoes were in the oven for the second time for exactly 17 minutes at 375 degrees Fahrenheit. Now we're gonna let them cool off a bit, we're gonna plate them, and we're gonna try them. Okay guys, so here you have it, our twice baked potatoes. I really hope you guys enjoyed this recipe, and don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already so you can see my future videos. And take care. Thanks for watching. See you in my next video. Bye.